What's poppin'? It's your boy DeejayDadon, and this is The Lounge, and we doing school days, athletes. We got my boy Issiah Nixon in the building.
How y'all doing?
Texas State linebacker. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can run a good route. Like I feel like you big and everything, you 230 and everything, but I think a fade route is just like I can pull.
I don't know. I think I'm running with you too.
You think you're running with me?
I think I'm running with you too.
Maybe in these high tops you probably could pull. You know what I'm saying?
I got the J's on right now. Not right now. You'll miss me right now.
Hey, we gonna see. We might have to have them you be like, hey, bro, we will need to see that. I might have to come down there and come on the field, acting like I'm Kevin Hart on the field. Like, put me in some pads.
Yeah, I tried to get you a little race in. Yeah. See what's up.
Who is this dude?
We got a couple people bring their friends all the time. So
for real,
yeah,
it's crazy. How does practice go? Like, is it laid back enough for a person to just come in there and practice? Like, what is that?
I don't know if you just come in there and practice, but it's a lot we do at a time. You running everywhere, so it's probably like you got special teams, then you got your individual positioning work, then the defense all together, and then we all come together as a whole team. So it's a lot of different things you do.
How long is a practice?
Probably about 2 hours or so. 2 hours, a little bit over 2 hours. I don't want to call it 3, but hey.
It feel like 3?
It looked like it sometimes. Even on the schedule, I'd be like, man, I know they don't got us out here 3 hours.
Yeah.
But it's part of the job.
It's crazy. So, you were highly accomplished when you were in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, all district,
Sure.
And how does it kind of translate? This is your junior year. Freshman year, you didn't get as many snaps because you're doing special teams.
Yeah.
Sophomore year, you got a few starts.
Yeah.
What is the expectation for junior year? Like, let's not even ask that yet. How was it like, okay, I'm accomplished as a high schooler. I come into Texas State as a freshman, and I'm on special teams. Like, how does that feel?
At first, when they first told me, I was a little bit hurt because, you've been a man since growing up in football,
exactly.
Especially a bigger guy like me. I've been running the ball so well, and every year I was just always the person to look for. So it was kind of it was definitely a humbling experience. I was on a scout team, but I never put my head down. And so I got on travel team, and I was just able to go from there. So I call it a humbling blessing.
Yeah. And in high school, you played 2 positions, right?
Yeah.
So you played tight end.
Yeah, I played tight end and running back. We had this position called ace back. So I would just play everything on offense pretty much.
And so what made them think, oh, yeah, like, let's try you at linebacker when you finally made it to college?
I think they just liked my athleticism. I was big body, explosive, and fast because I had to be fast on the offensive ball. You can't get caught or nothing like that.
Yeah, no.
So, it was just those attributes, and they gave me a chance, and it worked out pretty well for me right now.
Dope. When your freshman year, what was kind of like the mentality that you had to maintain for you to, obviously it was a humbling experience being in special teams, but like taking me through kind of like, obviously you had conversations with coach, you had to prove yourself through coach. Like, was that relationship pretty good for you to be able to continuously move up? What mentally did you have to go through for you to be like, all right, like I can't be stuck on special teams?
For sure. It might sound cliche, but you really got to trust the process because it is a process to this thing. And not everybody can come in and be the All-American freshman or something like that. Yeah. But as long as you keep playing your role and never be complacent in your role or like give up because they ain't put you, where you want it to be, then coach is going to notice that and keep going hard in practice. If you got it, you got it. It's football.
Right. Did you get caught up in your ego a little bit when it first happened? You were just like, man, I can't believe they got me.
It's like that for the first week, definitely first couple of weeks. Then you really on scout team. You like, man, I could be over there. But, at a certain point, you got to make up in your mind whether I'm going to be this guy on the sideline pouting because I'm not over there, or am I going to make the offense not even want me to be on scout team no more so they can put me over there. Right. So that's just the mentality I took.
And then, when you finally got an opportunity to get a few snaps, was there ever a situation where you felt like, dog, like, I totally messed up that one opportunity. I don't know if I'm going to get another opportunity.
No.
Because it's like a dime a dozen, yo.
Yeah. Honestly, last year was my first year playing defense since probably my freshman year in high school. So it was everything moving fast at once. I was learning so many plays. I didn't know any defense. So yeah, I definitely messed up a couple of times. But what was good for me is I made like game changing plays.
Mhm.
So it was a risk to
remember.
reward
Yeah.
with me.
They remember those. More than they remember the mistakes.
Exactly. So just stuff like that. But I got a whole year now. I had a whole year to improve and stuff like that. So it just made me way better.
So what's the expectation today? Like if you was, what is your role today? Are you like, has your role increased? Is the expectation for you to be doing more? Like, what does that look like?
Definitely bigger increase in the leader role. A lot of people look, and I'm not the younger guy no more. It happens so quick that you like, dang, I'm actually one of the older guys now. So y'all got people looking at me and things like that. So yeah, you just be a leader and keeping the team together and keeping us pushing them to the right track so that we can do better this year.
So what kind of gave you who kind of gave you the intangibles to be like the leader that you are today?
I got a lot of roles like around me where leaders can be shown or anything like that. But as far as Texas State and bringing me to that now is probably my coach that I'm with now, Coach Mims. He pushes you every day to like just be the best you, no matter how you feeling, what happened at home or anything like that. You just got to come into because this is our job. We get paid for football, stuff like that. So you got to come into your job and do your work. So it's just that mentality every day to come and be the best me every day.
I think that's like intriguing that like, you say that like now it's your job because it is technically a job now with NIL deals and things like that. Like, and you came in pretty much at the beginning of it. Your college career pretty started. So like how has the energy kind of changed as far as the perception of a player now that NIL deals are a thing?
Yeah.
And how do you walk into those situations?
Yeah. Well, like you say the payment is a lot of things like the scholarship payment or so that's a part of the job. You got to work for that or like getting your housing paid for is part of the job. But the NIL is just crazy. You see so many people getting millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But you got to humble yourself here too and just be thankful for what you get and not forget that NIL is just everything else. You still got to remember that you're playing football at the end. Yeah, you're playing football at the end of the day. You feel like
some people kind of take it to their head a little too much?
I think so. I mean, you getting billions of dollars just to play football.
But don't you think that's like hard to like humble yourself? You be like, man, I'm getting paid $17 million.
$1 million, I'm good. People getting.
If I handed you $17 million today, you walk into practice iced. You be looking like Sauce Gardner.
You got better cars than the coaches. These kids, not even kids because they my age, but guys my age, they Bentley'd up and Corvette up, sports cars. They going to practice with it. I'm still in the Mazda. So you got to just look at it from your level and keep on pushing.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you can't get too envious of somebody else's spot. Because, I mean, and honestly, life moves so fast. Those deals could go away like that. Just like if you're in the NFL, you get hurt, things just kind of fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So your story could rise. I mean, especially since you're new to the position.
Definitely.
You can be blessed at any minute now. You know what I'm saying?
One thing about the top is it's easy to fall. But, right now, I don't necessarily say I'm at the top, but I'm climbing my way up. The only way to go up is, only way to go is up. So
love that. So, walk me through the, obviously as a student athlete, there is a lot that goes into that. It's like, no, I'm not just going to practice. I'm not playing games. And that's just what it is. Like from start to finish, what does that daily schedule kind of look like?
Fall camp's coming up, that's a big one. Meetings actually does a lot because especially for people who want to put in the extra time and the extra work because we got so many hours of football. Excuse me. Then so many hours of lifting, and then you got your coaches meetings. So things like that just take up so many hours. And then on top of that, you want to come in and take care of your body. So that's treatment. Then you want to get you an extra workout in so no one passing you by. That's another one. Then once season comes, we're going to be learning even more about different opponents weekly. So you got to come in for the extra film. So that schedule is just crazy. On top of that, school will be starting. So it's just so much to juggle, but you got to be able to do it.
So with classwork and your meetings and everything, how many hours in the day is it strictly just like work per se?
Work.
In 24 hours?
24. We got about 3 hours of practice. I want to say, our meeting. That's for. I'd probably say.
What about class?
Class.
How many hours of class?
You working probably like 10 out the day. 10 hours out the day.
Good Lord.
Chilling. Not 10 hours out the day probably.
And like and then you probably got a study hall too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you got the study hall.
Definitely.
So that you're not even studying.
Definitely.
Y'all ain't even in study hall doing studying, bro. Y'all be in study hall playing, yo. I had homies that be in study hall on Instagram chilling.
Yeah, but study hall, like, even if you got your work done, you got to get the hours. So.
Yeah, but y'all not getting the homework done. No, you can't tell me 55 of y'all all got y'all homework done at study hall.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's a little bit of playing in the study hall, but as much as you can take advantage of it, you have to, because that is your time. You got to sit and do that, because any other time, you just running around and feel like you never stop.
Do y'all ever have games when y'all have class, or is it just strictly Saturdays?
Nah, it's
Fridays too, right?
Saturdays, yeah. Probably. I don't know about Fridays. We've got a lot of Saturday games this year, but on Friday we don't really have class. I don't think any of us really have class on Friday, so we'll get on if it's away, we'll get on the plane, go, and if it's home, we'll just go to the hotel in San Marcos and get ready for it. So nah. School shouldn't be the problem, but assignments though, oh yeah, you get your assignments in the hotel.
Do you feel like academics is your strong suit? Like you feel confident about your academics?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in my academics. I just I get work done. I'm a hard worker more than a, brainiac. So I'm gonna just get the work done, definitely.
So if you had like a 5 o'clock practice and you had class at 9 a.m., you ain't gonna fall asleep in class?
I can't promise you that.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to catch me some Z's. That right there is hard.
Sleep? Coach ever choose you for falling asleep in class?
Nah, I don't think we got anybody that's actually sitting.
You ain't got nobody snitching on you.
Yeah, nah, I ain't had no football players or nothing in the class. I mean, any other sports that can just sneak and tell on me. So I've been good, but it's definitely tough. And our campus is like hills. So imagine you get out of practice, then you trying to take your shower, but the shower hot, so your body not cooling down. You gotta climb up this big old hill in the heat. Texas heat different.
So, different.
Now I'm all sweaty in class, can't breathe.
Funky.
Can't breathe, and you never know I took a shower. I'm all sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So.
Yeah. I've never been on Texas State's campus. I drive through San Marcos. I go to the mall over there, but I ain't never been on campus.
Oh, yeah.
What is the biggest benefit for you being a student athlete at Texas State? And I want you to be fully transparent. Like, what if you was to say, yo, man, I'm a football player. This is why it's dope to be a football player at Texas State.
I would say my biggest benefit is just the education, the chance for education.
Come on.
For real.
Come on.
For real.
Stop.
For real. That's
if I was a freshman
money.
coming to Texas State and the first thing you said at your mouth was the academics, I'm like, I'm cool.
All right, let me tell you. I'm
cool.
gonna say it to bring my recruits in. Texas State, our football program, I don't want to say has the best history, but we do got a lot of stuff coming for us. So definitely if you in here and you part of this history that's coming up, you're gonna get treated right in San Marcos. Yeah. And it's just fun atmosphere around here. So many people, and they always talk about the river. You hop in the river, everybody at Sewell Park.
Oh yeah.
Sewell Park definitely packed.
Yeah.
It is what the hype say it is. So, hey, come through.
You I'm gonna just ask you got a girlfriend?
Nah.
Okay, so like you don't think that the Shorties is like something you would give a recruit like, hey bro, you go out here, bro, the Shorties go.
Oh yeah, they
but you talking about some academics.
I'm trying to stay professional now.
Stop. You drinking a drink. There's nothing professional about that.
Nah, definitely. Yeah, Texas State, you got people from all over. We were in between everything, I-35. So you got San Antonio, Austin, people from all around coming, Houston, Dallas. So Waco, anything. We right there in the middle. So that's just a place where everybody come here for sure. Definitely.
So you feel like you get a lot of that benefit.
You get a good benefit definitely playing football. It's just I think it's just the athletes, It's I don't want to say like we just cause we play football, but you know.
It ain't because you in the science club.
Yeah, definitely. It ain't because you play chess or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey,
that's funny.
Just to be able to go to,
yeah,
your games and stuff like that is just something fun that girls will want to do. So going to your games, stuff, and putting on your jersey or it's a lot of benefits that come to it.
What made you pick Texas State?
When I was coming out of high school, I had maybe two other
offers.
Yeah, offers, interest, or anything like that. So Texas State was just definitely a favorite one. I had talked to Wyoming about playing running back, but I ended up just being fully committed here because I liked the coach that was bringing me here, and our head coach, Coach Spav, was definitely a big help. And you come in and they tell you about all the different things, and you finally see yourself, like the campus and what's in the campus. Going to Sewell Park, you get to see all the girls and stuff as a recruit. Mm-hmm. You go to the game.
I come here, bro. You be at Wyoming, like, what in the devil is going on?
What is Wyoming? Then you think about it, you like, okay, if I like Austin and 6th Street, stuff like that, bars and stuff, Austin right there. Oh, Six Flags, some fun right there. You got Slitterball and New Braunfels, so it's just so many things you can do here. So it was definitely that.
So it was like, do I want to just go to Wyoming and just play football? Yeah. Or do I want to be at Texas State and be in the mix?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to have a college experience too. Yeah, that's crazy. We work so hard. We work so hard with this football stuff, and it's so taxing. Yeah. You gotta have a benefit. Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, you gotta have some time to just be a college student, definitely. Yeah.
So your freshman year, walk me through, did you have any struggles your freshman year, not only with football, but with like just being in college?
Oh, definitely. Just doing the work, especially because I was a COVID graduate, so we was online, and high school teachers definitely wasn't just forcing you to do the work, especially playing football and stuff, being a senior, things like that. So just coming into college and actually having to do your work was definitely a big change for me.
Yeah.
And then
what about the social aspect? I know obviously you got your teammates, but like, do you just find, when you're in sports like that, do you just only gravitate towards your teammates, or do you try to find outside friends? So,
I think a little bit of both. It's so easy just to gravitate to your teammates because they're always there.
They in the trenches
spend so much, you spend so much time with them, so you might as well just go home with them too, and then just chill with them. But you got to find those outside friends, definitely, because everybody gonna be successful. You never know what bridges could help you, and then who gonna actually be your best friend out there to help you out in later in life. So definitely get you some friends outside of sports, because then you be a square. You'd be a square just trying to hang out with people in the team.
Well, I mean, not only that, you come off as personable, because a lot, like obviously the stereotype of football players, they make it seem like they only fool with those people. If you make yourself approachable with outside, it makes it seem like you are human. Mm-hmm, you ain't no better than nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Did you have like a first college experience? Was there like a crazy college story in your freshman year that you had when you went to your first party, or something crazy that happened?
I ain't gonna give no names, but
you ain't gotta give names. We ain't the federales here. We don't.
One of the funniest things that happened was we was hanging out, just having fun and stuff, and one of my friends, I got a phone call. One of my friends had, threw up all over my friend's car and stuff like that. So we had to just see. We was like, dang, it was bad, and that just show you we was just. And then I think probably the most fun stuff is just having the freedom, because you don't got nobody telling you what time to come in at night or nothing.
So y'all don't have a curfew at Texas State?
Nah, I ain't know.
That's wild.
Nah,
y'all Negroes need a curfew.
You might need one, but at the same time, you don't get there sleep, you're gonna eat it yourself. So you gotta come and do your job every day regardless. So
they can tell who was out late when they running the gases.
You do that too many times, you're gonna start getting left behind. So
for real.
It's just a level of self-discipline definitely that you gotta have.
I had I think when I went to it wasn't it was while I was in college, but I wasn't on campus. My friend got so faded that she threw up on the side of my car.
Ooh, yeah.
And she was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, DJ." I said, "It's all right. We'll get this mug detailed.
Detailed. Detailed, fully detailed. It's going to be cleaner than before you hopped in.
What? This is a brand new hoop." You know what I'm saying? But college was just great, man, because there was, like you're saying, there's freedom. And if you're not close to home, it teaches you responsibility. You have your own sense of accountability. There's no one to save you. The great thing about you being an athlete, though, is that you do have a security blanket under you. You have guidance. Your coach is giving you guidance.
Definitely.
If you have a mature teammate like yourself, you're very mature.
Yeah.
You know, you have that. You're going to give that guidance and leadership. For the average freshman that's coming in by themselves, they don't have that luxury. You know what I'm saying? Why was it like? Why is it so Do you feel like being a college athlete is a little difficult? And do you feel like it would be way easier if you wasn't a college athlete and just a college student?
Yeah. I think, I don't know if it's way easier, but definitely waking up every morning and, you know, you don't have too much time for other things. So, but as a regular student, you know, you'll have to get you a job to help pay for your schooling and stuff like that. But at the same time, we have zero time for a job.
Yeah.
You probably got to focus more on getting the best grades because you don't have a chance for the NFL or anything like that. But at the same time, they ain't got to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and 8 o'clock is a late day for you. You know, they waking up 9, 10, making their breakfast and going to class. I done had workouts, done bumped heads with 315-pound guys, and I still got to do the same stuff in the classroom as them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a give and take for both, but it's definitely, I feel like we definitely earn whatever we get as student athletes.
Yeah. That's a good perspective. I mean, it's just more of, I don't know, like I feel like everybody, especially like people that were really good in high school and they wanted to play like, they ended up playing like D3, D2 or NIIA. They're like, oh man, like I want to be a D1 athlete. But it's like, man, even the work that you had to do in JUCO is a lot. So I can imagine D1, D2 athletes to be like, yo, bro, like this ain't no joke, dog. And you got to maintain a 2.5. Not a 2.0, a 2.5.
Yeah.
You know, so like what is, not even if you haven't encountered that, is that like a stress level that college athletes have to endure? It's like, bro, I got a workload of 10 hours of workouts, classes, and I have to maintain a 2.5 too. Like, am I Jesus or am I not Jesus?
Am I somebody who can get all this done? But like, yeah, definitely you always gotta have that in the back of your mind because it affects your play. You don't nobody want to miss no time on the field. So you miss them academics, it's gonna be a tough time trying to get back on there. So it's always a constant checking canvas or checking my grades. Let me see what assignments I got. You know, I'm not gonna say I don't miss a few. I get a little forgetful. I get tired and stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to come through and make those grades so that you can play.
I think the funny thing about college is that we've been, like in high school, we were taught that, well, we had somebody tell us you got to be at class. If you didn't go to class, you get a phone call at the house. Isaiah didn't make it to class today. Yada, yada, yada. In college, it's like, nigga, you can miss the whole semester. I don't care. I'm getting paid regardless.
I'm getting mine.
I'm not going to call nobody to see if you're in class. Test is on Friday. If you don't pass that test, you got an F. It's just that simple. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like you have to, even as a college athlete, you got to figure out how to balance everything. You got to balance your time, your social aspect, romantic situations, you know, academics. It's just like a juggling of time. And it's the first time that we've ever had to do that because we didn't have to do that in high school. High school, you had all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you chose to get a job in high school, you know what I'm saying? But you didn't have to have a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, now it's like, bro, like this is a lot at once. Is this what adulthood looks like? You know what I'm saying?
Like it's overrated.
You like,
definitely.
I grew up like when you're younger, you're like, I want to grow up, I want to do all this stuff. But like now I'm 27, dog. I'll be like, man, I'm trying to go back to being 16 and do it the right way.
You definitely remember why they was telling you to slow down a little bit.
That you ain't grown. You know what? You're right. I'm not grown.
Somebody come pay these bills for me, please, and let me keep the rest of the money.
Exactly. You know, when it comes to, is it the aspiration for you to go to the NFL? That's what you want to do?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Why?
I've always wanted to be in there, but I want to change my family's life definitely most of all. It's a big it became my dream. Once you love this sport, that's got to be the dream.
Yeah.
But if you truly love it all the way, but there's so many things that you can get out of football, but getting there, getting to the top, that league gonna change your family's life forever. Especially when a guy like me who's gonna be smart with it. Once I get in there and be able to build my money, and it'll just create
How you
further
gonna be
wealth.
smart with it?
I'm trying to explore all the different ways to make money once you get money. They say it's easier to make money when you get money. So I'm trying to just find the different things. I've been watching videos on stocks and more because as our world grows, I know it's going to get more and more digital. More and more stocks going to be going crazy. So just trying to be smart in that, and then just learning and watching how people invest their money, and watching things on YouTube. People talk about it. I don't know any names. I just be watching random videos. But, I always try to feed your mind on different ways to where you can build your wealth once you get a little bit.
Yeah. The tough thing about the NFL is that they say that once you're removed, the shelf life for NFL players is 3 years. And then once you're out of the NFL, you go bankrupt in the first 3 years, 90% of players. Yeah. So that's definitely essential. What are you majoring in college right now?
Exercise and sports science.
So what do you want to do with that? Say if you were to, Lord forbid, either you didn't make the NFL or your shelf life was 3 years. What do you do with that degree after NFL?
I want to be a chiropractor. My aunt's a chiropractor, so I'll
Can I get her number?
Yeah, definitely.
My body broke.
Yeah, she's definitely a big help for me. I was trying to decide chiropractor or physical therapist, but to be honest with you, when I looked at what you got to do to get into physical therapy school,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
On top of
and
football
it's a lot of hours.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and that you don't have time for.
Honestly. So I talk with my aunt and stuff like that, and she definitely liked her profession, and I just want to stay where I can help athletes. So that's probably right. I'll go.
So what do you feel like your personal goals are for you to actually hit that achievement of being an NFL? Well, the goal is to be drafted. So what are the goals that you have to maintain for this junior and senior year for you to be in the conversation to be drafted?
Sure, it's a lot of numbers, but I just need my goal is to just keep doubling.
Dog, it's about to be August.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to speak them. So if we talking tackles, how many tackles do you think you need to be in a conversation to have a successful junior campaign?
I feel like I need to be in triple digits at least.
So you need 100 tackles.
Yeah.
At least
100.
You're an outside linebacker?
Outside linebacker.
So what do you consider yourself prototypical as far as your prototype? Like, are you a speed rush? Are you are you power rusher? Are you someone that's in coverage? Like, what do you consider yourself?
I'm a little bit of hybrid. I'm not gonna lie, not to my arm, but I'm a bigger guy, but I'm fast too. Yeah. Because I always had to play running back, keep up with the little guys. So now that I got the strength too, it's a little bit. But I say speed is probably my strength because you see, I'm not the biggest guy when I put up against the lineman, but you know what I'm saying. So I got to get around those type of guys. So stuff like that, and just my footwork and elusiveness probably my strong suit. So. Just things like that. Coverage, I'm definitely pretty good. I just we do a lot of zone as the linebackers. So I don't do too many man, so I ain't really have any reps to say on that. But my biggest thing is probably the pass rusher. I was a sack leader this year.
Oh, last year was?
Last year. Last year.
How many sacks did you have last year?
I just had 4, but I had went back and looked on film so many times that I could have had way more. Taking that one extra step that I didn't know I had to because I ain't never played no defense. So definitely.
So you're telling me with half the snap counts, half of the snaps that you were supposed to have last year, you ended up being the sack leader last year. That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm cussing out somebody. I'm sorry, yo. No disrespect. Ain't no way. You got half the snap count, the snaps, and you the sack leader.
Yeah.
So sacks, how many sacks are you saying that you need this year to be in that conversation? 100 tackles. How many sacks? 10?
Yeah, I'll give myself 10 for a low count, but I really want to triple what I got this year. So 12.
12. Yeah.
12 I want to just because.
Right, but if you get 100 tackles and 12 sacks.
I mean, they can't.
Bro, like,
you know what I'm saying? Man, you know they gonna look at the Power 5 guys and stuff like that. So like, why not be special so that they can look at me over here too?
It's just like you can't compete. Like, what can you say? I mean,
exactly.
What can you say? You know, that would be a great goal.
And you definitely gotta, shoot for the stars, land on the moon. So,
how many does wins play a factor? Does the team success play a factor into your
definitely
to your stock?
Definitely, it's just people want a winner. So if you can bring your team as a winner, they'll think that they have that look that you're a better leader and this guy know how to win now. But if you've been losing all your life, I mean, that definitely plays a factor regardless.
How does that play a factor into your mental though? Like, the pressure that you're putting on yourself to make, you got 2 years to have a goal to be a draftee.
Yeah, definitely.
What does that feel for you mentally?
It definitely brings the urgency. We've been working harder. We had some new rules this year to where coaches could work out with us a little bit more throughout the summer. So it's definitely been better. We just pushing our guys to just learn the plays more and just get more and more reps so that when we get to the field, we actually playing and not thinking. Things like that, so we can show people how actually good we are instead of be messing up on the field. Because there was a lot of times we just messed up, and that's what gave games away instead of people being so-called better than us.
Yeah. What's your toughest game this year?
Toughest game had to be Louisiana. We was
talking about this year coming up.
Oh, this one coming up. We got a rerun for Baylor in Waco. Yeah.
Hey, but that's gonna be
that's
dope,
the one you want though.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's gonna be the one. That's gonna be good.
That's definitely. And then we play
in
teams
Waco,
like
good Lord.
Yeah, and then another tough one is definitely gonna be App State in App State. So they up in the mountains. So coming from Texas.
Does that altitude play a factor?
Oh yeah. I think
you better get your conditioning together, my boy.
Yeah, I had got me an altitude master workout in this summer, my freshman year.
Oh, they have those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you just put it on and it makes it a little bit harder to breathe. My freshman year, we went up and played BYU. I was on special teams only, but during warm-ups, I definitely felt like, dang, I've been doing the same stuff. I don't know why I'm this tired. Yeah, definitely. So
that's insane. That's
definitely so. Playing a full game in it is going to be a little bit different than playing in Texas.
How far in the schedule was that Baylor game?
Ooh, I want to say the third or fourth game. It's not far. It's not far into it.
How does that feel that you better play them? Like, I mean, they was supposed to be top 5 in the country as far as how does that, if you was to get a dub with that team, or if you was to have a big game in it with that, how would that feel for your confidence, man?
Oh, that would be huge.
You'd be over there trying to walk like Ray Lewis.
For me and for our team period, we didn't even lose too bad for them. I mean, the score gonna say we lost by 9, but the last safety was last play of the game. Quarterback
y'all played last year?
Yeah. Quarterback just didn't throw it up, so we got a little safety. We only lost by a touchdown really to him.
Insane.
So this year I just want to prove a point that we can finish on the big teams. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We always hang with the big teams, but I want to just show how much we can finish. Yeah.
You want to beat them.
Yeah, definitely.
What commitment does that take though? Like from 50 from 22 men on
definitely.
What commitment is that? What is that going to take?
That's just every day locking in on the little things like your footwork and definitely knowing the plays to a T, because you can't be thinking when playing with a team like that, because they're just moving too fast. So you got to actually be on your toes, and every day you got to put in a little bit so that you can get better every day while they chilling.
So how would you feel as an NFL, like someone who aspires to be in the NFL, and I was to just route you up?
Yeah.
Does that mean I get to go to draft? Does that mean I'm on the way?
We're going to have to run it back till IW.
I I'm weak. Now all of a sudden we playing tackle.
Hey, I'm not playing no games with you no more.
Bro, if you hit me, I'm suing. I'm not going back and forth with you, dog. You too big.
Yeah, bro. We gonna have to line it up, man.
Hey,
I don't want boys to be guessing.
Hey, don't make me come down there. I'll come down there.
You gonna have the people on this podcast guessing. We gonna have to show for real.
Yep. See, I'm gonna have to come down there. Turf gonna be hot.
What? Turf gonna be too hot. It's definitely hot.
That's insane, man. Well, I appreciate your time, man.
Definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
all
sir.
love, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe. The Lounge Podcast is on the Outsiders Movement YouTube page. And make sure y'all looking out for my boy Isaiah while he takes on Texas State. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? That's
Yes,
big,
sir.
man. I wish you love and success, man. Yeah, for sure.